So let's talk about the 5 days and break them down. So every day whenever we start, we're going to look at mindset, we're going to review some numbers, and then we're going to jump into the topic for that day. So that mindset work is always going to be centered around fear for that day's topic and ways to overcome those fears. And then we're going to report in on the numbers. Part of the goal of Breakthrough 120 is to have 10 real estate conversations a day, 5 days a week, with the goal of netting 9 sales contracts in the next 120 days. So on day 1, or database day, we're going to start by looking at different AI tools. I'm going to explain the difference between chats and projects, help you upload things, talk to your different AI tool of choice, whether that is, Claude, Gemini, ChatGPT, whichever tool you're using. My goal is to teach you how to use it in a way that's going to meaningfully impact your real estate business. And then from there, we're going to jump into learning how to properly organize your database. For some people, their database is spread out across spreadsheets. Maybe it's in a notebook. Maybe it's just in your phone. But we're going to teach you how to use command to organize your database in a way that is meaningful. So that way we can have some beauty in the follow-up in working that database. Which leads us to day 2. Day 2 is going to be centered around lead follow-up, understanding the different tools and resources that you have, how to use AI to build meaningful follow-up that you can eventually automate and then still have your personal touches. We'll talk about plans like the 10, 25, 90. That might not mean anything to you now, but it will by the end of Breakthrough 120. And all the other tools that KW has, like the DTD2. Texting system and follow-up system. So all of that is going to be followed up in day 2. So now let's look at day 3. So day 3 is going to be led by Crystal Ryerson Villeneuve, our broker in charge. I'll start the day by talking through mindset and numbers, giving you guys some tidbits of AI tools and some Canva tools. This is the day where we're going to start using Canva, and I'll cover those parts. But Crystal is going to focus on what do you do during your appointments. What is the layout? What materials are you bringing? We'll show you different materials from different megas at our office, other offices. We'll even review some of the ways that people hold appointments all across the KW ecosystem and making sure your appointment is gold. You have to have that conversation to get to that appointment, but if we bomb the appointment, we're probably not going to get that sales contract. Day number 4, we're going to talk about open houses. Throughout Breakthrough 120, we're going to focus on listings because each listing should bring you 3 to 4 more pieces of business. So as we unpack an open house, we're going to go everything from the 10 days before the open house and how to have it meaningful and impactful, and to the 7 days of follow-up that we're going to do with everyone who comes into that open house. How are we going to add those people to our database? How are we going to set them up on lead follow-up? How are we going to do on our appointment with them? See, we're all constantly building to the next thing. And then last but not least, we have day 5. Now on day 5, I'm going to teach you how social media algorithms work across the different versions of social media. We're going to unpack how to be on social media, not just be a gong of a salesperson who's constantly just asking for business. And we're going to help you start to build your own social media brand. And then specifically to our office, we're going to show you how to use things like our green room, how to come in here and use the tripods, video equipment, microphones, all those types of things. So that way you're putting out great content when it comes to your online presence. Within the last 6 months, and the world of AI is constantly growing and changing every day. There's a saying we've been using a lot, and that's that AI is not going to replace real estate agents. But real estate agents who don't use AI are going to be replaced by the ones who do, because it is a whole new world and landscape. The fundamentals might be the same, right? But the tools change. And so the goal for Breakthrough for you is to learn how to use these new tools to net this new business and to keep your business growing, active, and thriving.